just didn't care. And I've heard it gets even better when you get to your 40s.
Oh, yes.
So I'm 2 years away now, 1.5 years away from my 40s, and I'm a little bit concerned that I'm just not going to even care about my mum. Like, I'm just going to stop ringing her. I can't be asked for her, she's hard work. This is called the fear of getting older. It turns out, anyway, by the way, when I looked back in hindsight, my 20s were the worst thing that's ever happened to me and were the most difficult 10 years of my life because I just had to learn how to survive. I could do 8 times 8 until I was sick on the floor, but I couldn't pay a mortgage, or couldn't get a mortgage at 20 anyway. Stop talking, Sam. Lived so long in fear of getting older. I've always been afraid of what's ahead. Now I'm there, it's not nearly as bad as I once believed, 'cause these days I feel more hopeful and content. In my 20s I remember dreading getting older. My 30s stood ahead of me, and every day they wriggle closer, with no way of delaying any stage within the process of aging I was undertaking. I would have done anything to remain the same age. We read the same page over and over again like it's Groundhog Day. Insane though I see, only 'cause now hindsight has stood right beside me. If I'd known then it was actually ahead, I would have sprinted so quick to get to the end of the decade and made it to purpose to break me. I tried to quit a few times, I'm glad I made it, 'cause basically early in my 30s something changed, like I was given a software upgrade, but straight to my brain. I woke up to a new view with a much wider frame, where a couple of simple realizations flooded into place like I need to give less fucks. Stop giving energy to pointless stuff. Quit trying to fit in boxes that make me feel stuck. Not use others' expectations to help make my mind up. Let live free from things I don't need. Stop bothering to wonder what other people may think of me, and only focus on the stuff that I've got. Just the story that we're writing only gets told once. I've lived so long in fear of getting older, and I've always been afraid of what's ahead. Now I'm there, it's not nearly as bad as I once believed, 'cause these days I feel more hopeful and content. I used to live for the weekends and get off my face. Used to claim if you're staying in, you're boring or lame. Now I love a glass of wine or two with a board game on a Friday with a few mates in a calm space. It's not too loud for conversation. I'm saying now I never go out, I just get equal satisfaction getting drunk in my house, 'cause it's easier and cheaper and there's no big crowds. And if my younger self could hear this, they'd be kicking off now, but I don't care. Nah, I've lowered the bar for the things that I find joy in to make life not as hard. I've noticed in the past that I'd be searching for the stars. Now I can get excited just discussing air fryers and finding new enjoyment in these things that once feared, like a spring clean or trip to IKEA. Even get a little buzzy when the bin day's near, which is stupid, ridiculous, I know that it's weird, but I'm finding new love for these menial tasks. Like I enjoy cooking dinner and watering plants, and can get genuine enjoyment from just sitting in the dark, switching off from everything and letting time pass. I guess I've seen enough of life to know that it's tough. I've decided I'd widen out the catchment of my love, and I've uncovered quite a lot. I bet there's more to come. I can't believe I spent so long in fear of getting old. I lived so long in fear of getting older, and I've always been afraid of what's ahead. Now I'm there, it's not nearly as bad as I would once believe. These days I feel more hopeful and content. 'Cause if I look around now, I see a life with more meaning. And though I face new pressures like my hairline is receding and my belly size is increasing, I have a life that I believe in. Not caught up in the race and chasing something not for me. I want to be, and I'm letting the rest all fit in. If it's meant to, won't pretend to be a good person. I do not want to be, accept the any flaws I have, but just what makes me me. But it's me you see now, isn't that different? Set my couple grey hairs and weakening vision. I still play computer games a lot and act like a kid, although I suppose I have more issues with my physical condition. I'm more conscious of my safety these days, I'll admit. Maybe that's because I've got more reasons to live. I can continue finding more long as my body clock ticks. As I'm getting older, it's all making more sense. I've lived so long, in fear of getting older. It's making more sense. I've always been afraid of what's ahead. Everything is making more sense. Now I'm there, it's not nearly as bad as I once believed. Cause these days I feel more hopeful and content. It's not a record.